We will now explore different types of motivation. How can we motivate our participants to not only learn, but also put into practice what they have learned? We will examine three well-known theories of motivation. One type of motivation with which we are all familiar is extrinsic motivation, developed by B.F. Skinner in the 1950s. It is based on reward and punishment. The idea is that people, including students, will work to receive a reward and to avoid punishment. In education, some of the common uses of this type of motivation are giving grades, scholarships, and certificates, or, on the negative side, demanding that students repeat an assignment or even repeat a course. Some of the weaknesses of this type of motivation are that it needs constant application. We constantly need to offer a reward or a punishment so that the students will continue making an effort. Sometimes students or participants only make the minimum effort necessary to avoid failing. So this type of motivation does not promote excellence. And finally, not everyone cares, so they might not respond positively to the rewards offered or to the punishment. A second type of motivation is based on Abraham Maslow's hierarchy of needs. According to Maslow, we have 5 different types of needs, and we tend to satisfy them in order. We have physiological needs, safety and security needs, the need for love and belonging, the need for self-esteem, and the need for self-actualization. If the first 2 needs, our physiological needs and our need for safety and security, are not satisfied, we are not motivated. We will usually just complain or criticize. So the top 3 needs are the most important ones to take into account in education. These are much more motivating. How can we use this in education? Well, if we think about love and belonging, we can promote this by group work with good relationships among the members. If there are not good relationships among the members, then it will not be motivating. We can promote self-esteem by giving individual or group recognition. However, we have to be careful to find ways to do this that does not encourage competition. With regard to self-actualization, when the participants develop new capabilities that facilitate carrying out activities that formerly were not possible for them, they feel motivated. However, a weakness of this focus is that the highest level is self-actualization, which is individualistic and can lead to egotism. Some practical suggestions for applying this theory in education are: dedicate sufficient time to the application phase of the learning cycle so that the participants develop confidence in their ability to apply what they are learning in their lives. Give interesting assignments that are within the capability of the participants to carry out, that are neither too easy nor too difficult. We could even offer alternative assignments, letting the participants or groups choose what they want to do. A third theory of motivation was developed by Viktor Frankl, which is called logotherapy and focuses on meaning. Frankl developed this theory of motivation based on his experience and observations in the concentration camp where he was imprisoned by the Nazis during World War II. His observation was that those who survived were people who had something for which to live, such as the hope of reuniting with loved ones or a commitment to a particular service. His conclusion was that when someone has a purpose in life, they are strengthened to face difficult situations and to sacrifice their own well-being to achieve an ideal. Frankl says, everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. So in the concentration camp, people could basically choose to despair and give up, or they could choose to do everything they could to continue living so that they could fulfill the purpose which was motivating them. In education or training, we can combine these different types of motivation. We don't have to only use one type of motivation. With regards to reward and punishment, we can use grades or certificates. This will motivate some participants more than others. Thinking of the hierarchy of needs, we can use group work, including expositions that lead to recognition. However, we need to be careful to do this in a way that does not encourage competition so that one group tries to be better than another. And with regard to meaning, when the contents contribute to a cause or to improving their application of principles in which the participants believe, they will be highly motivated. Furthermore, in his presentations or reflections, the facilitator can mention relevant principles. Before finalizing our design, we need to review it to make it as motivating as possible, concentrating on what we have learned, especially from Maslow and Frankl. We can ask ourselves questions such as, is there enough group work? Are the tasks we are assigning to the groups neither too easy nor too hard? Are we incorporating principles in our design? Depending on our answers to these questions, we may decide to make some modifications to our design.